Welcome everybody to another edition of the Arraya Expert Q&A. Today we are going to be talking about the Dataverse. My name is Chris Bovasso. I am the Director of Application Services at Arraya. With me today, I have Mike Wishnefsky, who's a Solution Architect at Arraya. A lot of our projects include data structures on data sets, creating them, not only for today's purposes, but for tomorrow as well. And a lot of clients are sometimes concerned that we're going to build a data structure that will work for them now, but also in the future, given a lot of times that future state is unknown. So we don't want to paint ourselves into a corner, build a data structure that isn't extensible, it isn't flexible. So a lot of times we will try to use the Dataverse, which is hopefully a way that we can remove the need to create a data set from scratch and remove the need to integrate that into other Microsoft products. So Mike, let me ask you this. Can you tell us more about the Dataverse, what it is, why we need it, and some details about it?
Sure, Chris. Yeah, you can think of the Dataverse as a database in the cloud that Microsoft provides with every Power Platform deployment, including Power Apps itself. So that database comes pre-configured with a set of tables that most businesses use. Those tables can range from accounts, contacts, tasks, users, etc. So it's also deployed when you deploy a Dynamics 365 implementation as well. So D365 and these pre-configured tables, you kind of think as an already made data structure that you can start building your applications on top of. So the Dataverse also exposes an API, so developers can store their information from any type of application, including the ones that are written on-prem or are deployed on-prem and written by yourself, or deployed on the Power Platform. So so no matter where your application lives today, you can push data into the Dataverse. So what does that mean from basically a business perspective? Well, that means that we have a centralized database structure that's well known ahead of time. We can start developing applications with a data structure already in mind, and which means that we can develop faster, more reliable. We have tests that are already written based on this data structure. And also allows reporting across multiple applications. So you could see how your business is running from reporting from one database instead of creating your own data warehouse and ingesting all of that data. If you're starting from scratch, what you can do is start with the Dataverse, I would say. Start building your reports on top of that. So you could assume that we have a custom written timesheet application. We can go ahead and update that code and push the data into the Dataverse, and then we can slice and dice the data, that timesheet reporting data, any way we want. So we can kind of correlate it with projects, tasks, etc. So in short, that's kind of what the Dataverse is in, I would say, about 2 minutes.
So, it's interesting, Mike, you mentioned, the timesheet example, and it's from what I understand that Dynamics 365 also uses the Dataverse. So if you're a Dynamics 365 user that has certain functionality, or you have some type of functional gap that you're trying to fill with, say, a Power App, it makes sense to use the Dataverse because that data will then be essentially be integrated natively with the data that you're already using on Dynamics 365.
Yes, exactly, Chris. And that's one of the powers of the Dataverse, is that once the data is within the Dataverse itself, reporting and consuming that data from other parts of the organization just becomes that much easier. The data is already there. We can start using it.
Awesome. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. So you don't have to start from scratch. It's natively integrated. Microsoft has done a lot of the heavy lifting for you in terms of data structures and best practices. All you really need to do is know how to leverage it and know how to use it. Sounds like.
Yep, it's just that easy. Yes, Chris.
Great. Awesome. Well, thanks, Mike. I appreciate the information. And again, thanks everybody for listening. And please go to our website to find more of these clips, to find out some information about some of the technology that may be new or unknown to you.
All right. Thank you all.